Thank you, Carol. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Well, let's talk about what is a clinical trial. What- These are my disclosures. Well, a clinical trial is a systematic investigation in human subjects for evaluating the safety and efficacy of a new drug, being a set of tests in medical research and drug development that generate efficacy and safety data for health interventions in humans. So, to a clinical trial to be conducted, it's important to have satisfactory information gathered on the quality of safety and health regulatory authorities and ethics committee approval granted in the country where the drug will be approved. The mainstay of clinical trial is to bring out new drugs to the market. And in the process of regulatory authority, we have the industry that gets the permission to conduct the clinical trials, and then we have the new drug application, so the drug can be has the permission to be marketed. Well, after the basic science studies, we'll have the clinical trials. It's important to a new drug to be marketed. And the phase one study is the first stage of testing human subject. It has no therapeutic objective and it's designed to assess safety, tolerability, pharmacodynamics, and pharmacokinetics of the drug. It usually lasts 6 to 12 months, and there 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 are some participants. The participants are a small number of participants, mainly healthy volunteers or patients with mild disease. It's an open labeled phase study, and the aim is to determine the maximum tolerated dose of the new treatment. After the information of the phase study is collected, the phase two is initiated, and it's a therapeutic exploratory trial consists of among 20 to 300 subjects. It confirms effectiveness, monitors side effects, and further evaluates safety of the new drug. It's studied first in patients who have the disease the drug is expected to treat, and it lasts usually 6 months and sometimes several years. A sample of blood and other fluids are collected at various times of points to evaluate safety of the drug. And after the study, we can find optimal dose as dose efficacy relationship, therapeutic dose regimen, duration of therapy, frequency of administration, and therapeutic window. In the early stage of phase two, what we say phase 2A, we have kind of 20 to 200 patients. It's not much centric and a single blind comparison. And in the later phase, we have kind of 50 to 300 patients being a multi-centered study. In the phase three study, it's a therapeutic confirmatory trial. So it's necessary to the drug approval and later be marketed. The target population, it's about 100 to 3,000 patients, and it takes a long time, sometimes up to 5 years. And the mainly objective of the phase three studies is to establish efficacy of the drug against existing therapy in larger number of patients, the method of usage, and to collect safety data. We can also assess overall and relative therapeutic value of new drug efficacy, safety, and special properties of the drug. So for a drug to be approved, it typically has to undergo at least 2 successful phase three trials, showing that the drug is safe for humans and its efficacy in the target population. And the last phase is the phase 4. The drug is approved and now is being marketed. So it's a study where after post-marketing surveillance, so there's no fixed duration, no patient being conducted in a patient population. It helps to detect rare adverse events, drug interaction, and also to explore new uses for the drugs. And safety up-to-date reports are periodically submitted to the manufacturer for 2 years and then annually for the next 2 years after marketing approval. Harmful effects discovered may result in a drug being no longer used for certain use. So the objectives of the phase 4 is to confirm the efficacy and safety profile in larger populations during practice, to detect the unknown or rare adverse reaction, as I said before, evaluate overdose dosage, identification of new indications, benefit cost assessment, quality of life assessment, and evaluation of new formulation dosages, durations of treatment. And all the reporting adverse drug reaction must be done to formal reporting systems such as WHO International System, MedWatch, Yellow Card System, National Pharmacovigilance Program from India, and here in Brazil, the VIGMED. So, concluding my presentation, clinical trial is a human experiment designed to study the efficacy and safety of a new drug intervention. It involves phase 1 to 4 with specific objectives and results. It's well designed and effectively executed clinical trials form the base of therapeutic decisions, and clinical trials must follow guidelines and protocols to ensure well-being of participants. And being the ultimate goal of the drug development and drug approval. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Sergio. Great presentation. And now we go to Johnny for the next talk, how clinical trials is managed from feasibility to results. Screens are yours.